Hi, this is Bob Miller over at the Bob Miller Realty Group. Today we're going to try and cover stress-free tenant improvements. Now I know that sounds like somewhat of an oxymoron, but let's try and cover it as it pertains from the tenant's point of view in a multi-tenant office building. Here we have this example of this is going to be the usable square footage, these are common hallways. Now the tenant improvement allowance is always based upon the usable square footage, not the rentable. For obvious reason, you're only building out this space right here. You're not going to account for any build out inside that common area. So this whole example assumes that the tenant has already looked at the space, a letter of intent has already been agreed to, and you've received a draft lease agreement which you're mostly in agreement on. The idea here is you're going to obtain bids from general contractors for the cost of this build out and attach to that lease agreement an exhibit that shows what the exact costs are going to be. Now those costs are going to include everything like walls, the electrical, the HVAC units, and this could be variable because those units might exist, they might not exist. The distribution of it, if there's a central unit right there, it's really very simple. You're just going to be distributing that air. Interior restrooms possibly. Plumbing issues, and one thing I don't have written down here is turning down sprinkler heads. Millwork, cabinetry, that's a big variable, and some people can go put a lot of millwork in each one of the office, or they might not have any millwork at all. Ceiling grid, is it hard, is it soft? That's a big difference. Now soft costs, you have the architectural fees, you have general contractor fees, you have permit fees, especially permit fees could vary greatly depending upon the build out. For example, if there's a lot of plumbing work going inside there, your permit fees are going to go up substantially. The big deal on this is the commencement date. Now the commencement date is always the date that the lease is being signed. The question becomes, when is the rent going to commence? Now, if the landlord's doing the work, it's typical that the rent is going to commence a certain number of days after the completion of the tenant improvements. That gives the tenant time to move on in, get their stuff in there, get their employees settled, get them cash flowing, and then they're going to start paying rent. The flip side of this is if the tenant is in charge of all of these expenses and supervising the general contractor, that commencement date is going to be a hard date. For example, 5 months in the future. If you estimate that the time frame of completing all of this work is going to be about 4 months, the commencement date on the rent, if the tenant is in charge, is going to be a hard date of about 5 months after the lease is signed. The landlords would insist upon that because if they're not in charge of it, they don't want to see this work being drug out for a year to 2 years. I highly suggest that you have the landlord do this work because they're the ones who are experienced at building out the building. They know their building, they know the rules, they know the general contractor to have bid out because those contractors are going to be licensed properly and they are going to have the correct insurance and know the rules of that particular office building. Now I hope that covered it. If you have any specific questions, feel free to give me a line, drop me an email. I'd love to hear from you. You can always reach me at bobmillerrealtygroup.com. Thanks.